what you've got, apart from the two of us, you've got a bunch of great minds that are in the audience itself. So what we're going to do is we're not going to sit there giving you long introductions, right?
Absolutely.
We're just going to pick on you where you're sitting. Introduce yourself, please, because we'd like to know who you are. Tell us which brand you represent. And then really what we want to know is why you are in this room. What are you going to do to change the world? What are you going to do to change the way consumers see your brand? We want to learn from you instead of giving you knowledge from our side. So, shall we kick off?
Definitely.
I'll let you pick the first victim.
Obviously, what does a woman want the most? Diamonds, right? So over to you, Parag. You do Fiona diamonds and the latest trend of lab-grown diamonds. Yeah? So tell us why lab-grown?
Because I think I'm the guy who knows what women really want. So I'm always...
Oh, dream on, buddy.
So at least I know that about diamonds, that's definitely what they want. And so I say that, so we are disrupting the diamond industry by challenging the myth that most people believe, especially in India, that diamonds are investments. But we strongly believe since the very first that they are not. And having an engineering background, I was lucky enough to find lab-grown diamonds back in 2008. And when we met certain scientists and discovered that this is definitely going to disrupt because it is a test tube baby. And so we are blessed with some clients who actually exchanged their natural diamonds with us with this and got the extra cash to put back in equities. So equity investment is any day better than diamond, or for that matter, even gold. But we make beautiful jewelry, especially for engagement rings. So I'm the guy who makes the bride wear the engagement ring even before the groom does. And we have 7 stores in India and 10 outlets in Shoppers Stop. Now starting with Broadway in Vasant Kunj and Hyderabad, Delhi and Hyderabad both. So look forward to learn and grow in these 2 days.
Perfect. Okay, let me pick on you. You were smirking while he was talking.
No, I was not. So basically, my name is Rinda, and I'm from a company called Swizzle. And what we do different is we manufacture beverages, carbonated beverages made with real fruits, and it is a clean label product. So we are the first company that makes clean label carbonated beverages.
Okay. Is clean label and carbonated a paradox of sorts?
No, it is not. Say, anyway, you are going to consume something. So why not better be chemical free? So that is what our objective is.
Awesome. Yeah. I was seeing your entry and some of the flavors were sounding really yum. So I'm hoping you guys got some samples too.
No, we don't have it here, but yeah.
Some other time,
share
I'll buy
with
them.
Definitely, yeah.
There go your chances of winning an award now. No free samples.
I already finished scoring, so she's safe.
Pick on him.
Yes, Vikram, tell us what you do.
Very good morning to all of you. I have my own micro brand. I make old school wrist watches. We were making watches under the brand name called Ajwain. So a brand that especially females laugh when they hear of. So we actually thinking and are in the process of changing the brand from Ajwain watches to Aham watches. What's different about us is a watch, honestly, is a watch, but each watch that we make comes with a story. So it helps you to connect with people. Nothing much, but something interesting that we bring to the table. And I am not doing this to solve any world problem. I'm just doing it because I enjoy making watches. That's all. Thank you.
So Anish, isn't it always interesting to meet people who are following passion more than just doing a business?
You know, I did that 20 odd years ago.
Wow.
And I made a hobby a profession. 20 years later, my father still thinks I'm unemployed.
Reminds me of my advertising day. People would ask me, what do you do? Model? No. Do you write the script? No. Do you act in the ads? No. Then you really don't do anything there.
Well, here's someone who does do something. Come on, speak up.
Hi, my name is Harsh Kedia. So if you're diabetic, if you have anyone in your family who's diabetic, if you're health conscious of sugar, I'm your chef and friend. I run a mithai shop called Conscious Mithai Wala in Juhu. So if you've received any sugar-free mithai gift in the since last November, it's from us. We are currently doing one retail shop. We've done about 3 lakh clients. We did the Ambani wedding, where Amitabh Bachchan and Urfi Javed's favorite brand, if that helps. I also run a primary brand called A Diabetic Chef, which is who I am, which is a packaged chocolate brand. Suffered immensely because of the cocoa crisis, so you can support me by going on the website and buying chocolates from us. So that's me.
Nothing like a retailer who markets his product. Bonus points for that. And we have Niharika here who's going to tell us what is the interesting brand she's working on.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. It's really nice to be here. My name is Niharika. I'm born and brought up in Jhansi, following which went abroad to do my education and then came back because I always wanted to build my own company. When I went, Fenty and Kylie, all of these launched and was just all over the place. So I started reaching out to manufacturers and kind of saying, hello, I'm an international student, want to build a brand for India, can you please help? And no one would respond. But then eventually someone did and we started working on a few products. Then when I came back, business shuru kiya, to first day se business chalana nahi aaya. So 8 to 9 months, my father helped me a lot, did some 35 pop-ups in 12 different cities, sold on foot for many, many days. And that was like the realest MBA ever. And now scaling the brand digitally and touch wood, it's picking up and doing better. So yeah, check out my brand, Marceline.
So how are you going to compete with Fenty and the rest?
Okay, so I would say one of the strong USPs of our product is that each product is based on one Indian ingredient, but it is presented in a very modern and fun and international manner. We are not a hardcore color cosmetics brand, neither are we a niacinamide sunscreen vitamin C brand. We are a fun, happy, personal care brand in the middle, so which is catering to a lot of people who need calm in their very fast-paced lives. So that's kind of the niche that we've carved, and I think what we are doing has a lot of space to do something of our own and compete with those brands.
Just totally love this idea. I think enough of chasing, right? Time to relax.
Okay, who else can we pick on over here? Jamina, any ideas?
I'm going to pick on, not pick on, but just ask this young lady here, what does she do?
Hi everyone, good morning. I'm Dr. Dhara Panchal. Actually, not a doctor right now, but we own Nitzana, which is a premium healthy food brand. We started doing healthy cakes, vegan, gluten-free, keto cakes, and now we are expanding pan-India. We are also doing snacks which are healthy, easy to munch, and we really want to change Indian market to see how the cakes are and how the snacks can be. Actually, all our snacks are fried or not roasted, so we are into that, and we are shipping cakes across India, healthy cakes across India since last 2 months, and we are increasing in that order. And yeah, thank you so much.
Wow, very interesting. A lot of healthy brands. Now I'm wondering, should I continue this side or go there and just have regular food?
If you're looking for something unhealthy, probably that side. But it's interesting that we've had two people, one behind the other, talk about the health side of things. And in part, that's the way consumers are going. But my question for both of you, and perhaps Harsh a little more, because the product is that much more off the shelf and onto a plate. Can you actually ship across the country, stable shelf life, without preservatives, all of that?
So I'll speak very specific to like bakery and for like mithai and stuff. We're still facing challenges in terms of shipping, in terms of the timelines of the shipping. So there is technology available, like some may call it MAP, moderated atmospheric packaging, that may allow you to ship certain kinds of products that can extend your existing shelf life without adding chemicals to it. For example, my sugar-free Kaju Katli lasts about 7 to 8 days if you gift it to someone. So if you fly with it, you go to another city, you can wrap it up. But if you're shipping it, I lose 3 to 4 days of shelf life if it's without any added technology or chemicals. However, if I map pack it and I ship it, it might not look as pretty in the packaging, but the product works really well. So with respect to technology and the forward ways in which we're shipping, it works. There's just one small bit of a challenge. Food should look pretty, packaging should look pretty. So by the time I ship it from Mumbai to a Kolkata, my Kaju Katli might topple over. It's the basic example. So the varak might come off. It might lose shape. So that's a challenge we'll be facing quite often because every mithai cake will have a different shape. So fitting it without breaking the shape of it and losing the sense of how it looks is challenging. So I feel the Amazon model of FBA, Fulfilled by Amazon, works. If you're able to store these products safely in warehouses across the country and then ship it, perhaps, is what we're looking at.
I'm going to actually throw this to jammin because I do have a question on that. Given the fact that D2C for a lot of people means Amazon or Flipkart or Blinkit or any one of these, which come in whatever packaging they come in, does packaging matter when you're in the D2C space as much as it did when you walked into a store and walked up with a pretty
It
carton?
really matters hell of a lot because like what Chef here was saying, food packaging is very different from apparel packaging or electronics packaging because you don't want smells to be transferred, you know. Adhesives are different when you're doing food packaging so that you don't have the chemicals as well as the odors coming in. And my one suggestion to you, Chef, would be that do what a lot of handloom and handmade products do. Put a lovely note on top saying this has been made with care and it's meant to taste good. I'm sorry if it doesn't look as good as it tastes. And probably you solve your problem of toppled Kaju Katlis because, you know, customers love when brands are honest. Customers love when brands are one-on-one. We are talking of D2C, direct to customer. And I would strongly urge you to do that because you know what? We are going to remember the yum taste of your Kaju Katli once we eat it, not how they looked when we took them in our hands. There, he gets his 10 bonus points, which our lady missed.
That bag's for me, babes.
I thought we were sharing.
Okay, let's come down this way.
Hello everyone, I'm Ninad here. I run a brand called Hello. We are a men's EDC brand. For those uninitiated, EDC means everyday carry. It is nothing but accessories made authentically, made with the best materials. Our hero product is the watch strap. I've been a watch collector for more than 10 years, so I know Vikram. Vikram is a good friend. You know, good to see familiar faces here. It all started with, you know, my own need to buy watch straps. You know, I mean, you didn't get really good watch straps in India. So I used to go everywhere and keep looking for watch straps. In 2020, I realized, you know, I think there's a market here. So me and another friend, we went to Dhara, we picked up a few scraps of leather, found some guy who could make straps for us. The first batch was okay, not so good, but it generated a lot of interest from fellow collectors. You know, D2C brands struggle to build a community. I was already a part of community with thousands and thousands of watch collectors, not just in India and abroad. So we were a brand born inside a community, which is our greatest asset. And people from the community started buying. So then I started researching. I have a background in advertising, brand building for almost 20 years. And that really helped me, you know, build the brand. So from watch straps, then we moved on to wallets. We are figuring out newer categories. Our motto is, and our mission, right? Because the question was, why are you here? What change are you going to bring about? I genuinely feel that, you know, we want to help men stylize a lot better because there is so much that has happened in the women's category. Women have so much choice, so much, you know, but men don't. We really want to ensure that men get great stylish products. Our belief is that style is substance. We don't believe style is superficial because the only thing that differentiates us from animals is the way we dress and the way we project ourselves. Animals, one tiger doesn't want to differentiate himself from the other, but humans want to. So how can style be superficial? We believe style is substance and we want to give great, authentic, stylish products for men.
Anish, I have an interesting brand here, or rather brand name. As a mother, it touched me that his brand name is after his children, so I'm going to allow him to talk about his brand.
Hi everyone, my name is Dylan Pereira, and my brand's name is Caroline and Caleb. It's based out of my children, so that's where I've come up. So just a little bit, we're into the fragrance section, and so when I say fragrance, we've started off with scented candles, and slowly moving on to a perfume section as well for the men and women category. Why candles first? Because say I'm an 80s kid, and I would say, our times candles were only lit when we had frequent power cuts, and frequent means really frequent. And it just, and during COVID, we used to light a lot of scented candles in the house, and it really brought a lot of calming effect to us as a family. Because I could realize when I was, a child, we used to sit around the candle, talk as a family, and, play the guitar, sing songs, and do stuff. And, I recreated all those moments, back again with my kids. And that's when I thought, it's a good time to start this journey back again. And that's where Caroline and Caleb has formed. So that's a little bit about the brand. So it's just 2-3 months old right now. Yeah. Thank you.
Interesting. I love brand stories. I love when brands have a good origin story.
But that's another tough category to be in.
True. Very crowded too. Are you going to take the next?
I will. I'm going to come back to the table over here because these guys have been sitting over here very quietly, pretending like they're not here. So, come on, time to wake up.
My brother will answer your question.
Hi, I'm Samir. I've been supporting a lot of D2C brands as well as large brands over the last 2 decades. And now over the last few months, we have started initiating plans of launching our own. We are right now completely bootstrapped, but very focused on getting into a lot of ESG-friendly, planet-loving products and services. So it's right now a lot in stealth mode, right from yoga to handicrafts to handloom to fashion to as many categories which we can transform into being a lot more planet-loving. So that's what we are focused on. So you'll see almost like a Mensa brands kind of equivalent of 10 brands getting launched over the next 10 to 15 months from our side. Yeah. That's a plan.
That's a lot. Wishing you a lot of luck.
Yeah, I just want to point out that while he said he's in stealth mode and isn't going to share any information, he's been taking notes about everything that everyone else has said.
Oh, don't we love audience like this who's actually listening? Thank you so much for that. And I won't allow you to pick on him, so that's why I'm going to pick on him. Our favorite category, AI, we were discussing this morning.
That is true.
I've started on the learning curve, and definitely nothing like a youngster to tell us how AI should actually be done.
Thank you so much. First off, I want to mention that, I love Anish's voice. When I came here first, I thought it was automated, and somewhere around, I was looking around, there was no one there. But yeah, then I met him and I understood that was his voice.
And then he saw my face and he was there, no.
No, I didn't do that. Okay, hi guys. So I represent a company called What More. We help brands, e-commerce brands primarily help set up shoppable video assets on your website. Maybe some of you don't know what shoppable video assets are. So primarily, if let's say you're selling on e-commerce, right, you might have a lot of videos on Instagram, on YouTube. So you might notice a lot of people be more engaged with videos because that's the way we are moving forward. The kind of information you can take from one video is probably 10 to 15 times more than you get from images. So we help brands set these videos up on your website, tag your products so that the brands or the founders can get a slight better chance of bringing down more people down the funnel. So in short, this is what we do. I do believe with our host today that AI is the future. There are a lot of AI brands out here. I'm also looking to learn. My primary concern here is not just to meet other brands. I'm also looking to learn what else is there out there and what we can implement. So yeah, that's more around what we do. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, let me ask, are there D2C brands that we're missing in the room because you're hiding somewhere in the corner? Someone we haven't noticed already? You? Come along.
Thank you, Anish. Hello, everyone. I represent Magic Colors. We are launching D2C brand in a couple of weeks for artist colors, and we feel that that space is hugely underserved in India. There is a lot of scope in terms of a range of products and the quality of products, and currently a lot of artists who are professionals need to import buy imported products, which are very heavily priced. And even the children in school need good options, like from, I don't know when, we are using the primary and secondary colors to color our drawings and stuff like that. And it's high time we move to some better technology. So that's what we are trying to bring. We've been working with Ganeshas in Mumbai, almost 80%. We are supplying with non-toxic colors. And so having that experience, we are confident that we will make a dent in the art industry here. Thank you, guys.
So I have a question for you on that, and Jamina has more experience in this. But you've got a product where, on the one hand, you're looking at the artist category, you're looking at the children's category. Would you also consider creating that amateur painter category, which really doesn't exist so much over here, does it? But it's creating a whole new market space for yourself in creating a hobby that people don't think about right now.
Adult coloring books were big during COVID, and I think even now a lot of people do mandala workshops all the time.
Yeah, mandala was a big keyword. There is another keyword that's coming up, which is, and at such a time, of course, I'll forget it, but it's to do with your mental health. So art for mental health is, I don't know the keyword right now, but that's what is one of the big segments that we would look at as well, which will have corporate workshops and things like that. But for children, like you mentioned, we have conductive paint, so you can literally paint a circuit and then put a LED and it'll light up. So things like that is really, creativity is what we want to drive. So you have it bang on. We will try and create new artists.
India is a land of color. We look forward to more of that. Okay, so I have been enough in offline retail and enough in online retail. So I hear a lot of people doing online stuff. Anybody doing stuff also for the offline aspects, the integration aspects? Every time I look for a solution, people are only telling me how to do it online. Anyone here? I would love to talk to you. Awesome, sir. Nice to have you.
पता नहीं ये related है कि नहीं. See, I'm Rajiv Shah, known as Raju Pappa, Rishiraj, and Chanakya. You all know about Chanakya? Yeah. So I help people to meditate in their comfort zone by manufacturing yoga chair, meditation chair. And since last 25 years, I'm manufacturing it. And now I'm on a mission with a vision of making India superpower. How? Again, Sone ki chidiya, with open eye meditation. So financial literacy gameplay workshop, that is my Chal Man Mani Chal, is my workshop, in which through Chanakya Niti, Sham Dam Dan Bhed, how you get success. See, everyone is MBA. मने बदू आवड़े छे, है ना? सबके पास डिग्री है, स्किल है, कुछ बिजनेस टैक्टिक्स है, और भागादौड़ी चालू है, फिर भी चक्रव्यूह में फंसे हुए हैं. Because they don't know who am I, what is my relation with money, how I can achieve my financial freedom. No one knows. Everyone attends many seminars, many workshops, take guidance from mentors, financial gurus. But उनकी जो एक बन चुकी है limiting beliefs or behavior pattern through their childhood till now, बराबर है? By parenting, education, and many other aspects, society and everywhere. So, वहाँ पर हम एक वर्कशॉप के जरिए उनको एक मेडिटेटिव स्टेज में लेके जाते हैं. That is my चाणक्य चक्रव्यूह गेम प्ले, जहाँ पर खेलते खेलते लोगों को पता चलता है कि who am I, how I take decision, how I take grab opportunities, where I am stuck. So, I welcome you all to go to my website, Chal Man Mani Chal, and Chanakya's Chakravyu. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very interesting.
Back to the front row.
Who do we have here?
Hi, I'm Akash. About 6 months ago, I would be speaking at similar events with him more from a PharmEasy perspective, I was a VP at PharmEasy earlier, but 6 months ago, I decided to take a plunge into the D2C space myself. And that's where I've founded Secret Alchemist along with my wife. Actually, my wife started it. She's a co-founder, Ankita, and she started it 2 years ago. And her mother was a certified aromatherapist. That's how the brand started, to sort of help the family. She ran a chain of salons, and then she created aromatherapy oils as a product. And that 2 years ago, my wife created an entire brand out of it. And now today, Secret Alchemist is an aromatherapy-based personal care brand. I think two big learnings I was, for sure asked that share what are the learnings and challenges that most of us face as D2C founders, right? I think big two learnings that we have had is one on the retention front. So I think we are always solving for customer acquisition. But at the end of the day, what really helps out is customer retention. And by retention, I don't mean just creating the journeys, the email and WhatsApp journeys. I think all of us already do that. But go back to the product level, right? What helped us is we used to make aromatherapy in roll-on format. Not everybody understood how to use a roll-on. It's not intuitive, right? You pick up a bottle, people try to figure, okay, where should I put it next? So we started to put the same formulations in the cream form factor. Because cream is super intuitive, right? I give you a cream bottle, you will quickly remove it and put it on your hands or your body, and it's very intuitive in nature. So actually that solved retention more for us than any of the email campaigns. And second is on the formulations and quality. I think today's consumer is extremely smart. So just having a great brand, just doing a very fancy marketing campaign, maybe even have celebrities. So disclaimer, we do have a celebrity investor and co-founder, but just having that doesn't solve your problem. It's actually the product quality that will really solve the customer's issue, right? I think along with great brand and marketing, you need a great product. So two big learnings there I'm happy to share in this forum. Thanks.
At the end of the day, unfortunately, that's something that a lot of people forget, that it's not about your marketing, it's about your product.
True. You have to be product and customer-centric if you're looking for success. I have a young gentleman here who wants to share what he does, and I think he does something very interesting. So I'm going to hand over the mic to him.
Morning, everyone. My name is Nikhil, and I'm from Bangalore. So that means tech. I'm a chartered accountant, so I am a tech CA. Not here for GST, TDS or anything. Ignore that. I'm not here for that. I'm a problem-solving consultant. Everybody is taking care of how to onboard clients, customer acquisition costs, getting better ROAS, everything. After that, that's your why figured out, how figured out. But the what is still pending. I'm here for the what. Whether you have received your due money from your platform vendors. The reconciliation, the biggest part. Anybody who is doing a decent chunk of volume on a week in, week out basis, for sure have dedicated people in your offices doing your weekly reconciliation. If somebody is selling on Myntra, you get your payments on Thursdays. Mondays, you're getting your payment advices. And you're sitting and doing reconciliation and then identifying areas of disputes, right? I have solved that issue, and the reconciliation can be done in 5 minutes because I have built a tech around it. Just 5 minutes, raw data upload, and the reconciliation is done. Go ahead and fight with Myntra, Flipkart, Amazon, wherever you want to, that, hey, you owe me money. So that's the biggest problem. धंधा किस लिए अगर मैं बनिया हूँ, I'm a Marwadi Jain, मैं pure बनिया हूँ, anything and everything, as long as the money is not being made, it's all hawa. So if you're not getting your due money, come to me and I'll give you the reports, I'll give you the structure that will increase your cash flow. So cost efficient, time saving, better cash flow. Finance के बगैर कहीं नहीं जा सकते आप.
I think the claps tell us how he's solving a real problem, and it's not a customer problem, but a D2C industry problem. Definitely want to speak to you later on that. You raised a question about packaging earlier, Anish, and this young gentleman is going to tell us why packaging is so crucial.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Deep Shah. I'm from Mumbai itself, and I'm a second-generation family business entrepreneur. What differentiates us? So we are into print and packaging services, and technically everybody in this room requires good packaging. But what differentiates today is the customer is flooded with so much of packaging, so much of content, but Can we make it more interactive? Can we make it more haptic? Can we differentiate ourselves on the shelf? So I feel the first point of contact is the packaging before customer even touches the product or experiences it. So I think packaging has become extremely important today. It has become more interactive in nature. So we touch upon multiple sensory experiences on packaging. So we go beyond the traditional packaging, what you see everywhere. And a lot of D2C brands today want to differentiate themselves because firstly, there are too many big players in the market. And that from the very first day, they come to us and say, we want to be different from everyone else. Our entire packaging experience has to be unique. The unboxing experience has to be very different. My customers should feel the brand is sharing a brand story. It has to be very different from everyone else. So this is where we come into the picture. We help the brand right from the scratch, right from the basics of how the unboxing will happen, how you can make it different for everyone else. So that's why I'm here, and I still feel packaging is extremely important. And we also do a lot of eco-friendly packaging, so sustainable packaging, recyclable, biodegradable, what new technology can we use which is not affecting the environment, how we can use recycled materials and make packaging around it, and still make it attractive and appealing. So that's our forte. Thank you so much.
Okay, I actually have a question because I'm in the sensory business in retail with sight and sound. What is sensory packaging? It's on a shelf. What is sensory about it?
So we do touch upon haptic experiences. So example, we are doing a packaging, we're doing a commercial product for Navneet Publications where we do a notebook cover which has a touch and feel experience. So when it's a wood finish series range. So when you touch the book, it gives a real wooden texture. When you talk about smell as a sensory experience, we are doing a packaging for a coffee-based brand. We have actually created a fragrance in a specific area. When you rub the specific area on the box, you get the same aroma of a coffee, or it could be any fragrance customized to your product. And we can give that experience to the consumers. So, and these are some of the many examples where we give a haptic, visual, smell, kind of experiences on packaging before the consumer even tries the product. So that is very unique and can be customizable.
Wow. So I think we've got two very good enablers here for the rest of the audience in the hall. Over to you, Anish.
Okay. Any more D2C brands that we missed out on? This is really scaring me. We're at a thank you, one in the back over there. We're at a D2C conference. I've got one row of brands over here.
Hello.
And then I've got tech guys everywhere else. Go on.
Good morning, all. I'm Naresh Mehta from Winner Cellcare. We create a supplement brand for the heart. Basically, it's a lower cholesterol and improve the heart health naturally. Thank you all.
You had something to add here?
Hi, I'm representing CIL Group here. CIL Group is a company based out of Mauritius. We are one of the world's largest shirt manufacturers in terms of value. We manufacture approximately 4 crore shirts in a year for brands like Ralph Lauren, Hugo Boss. We are key suppliers for Ralph Lauren, Hugo Boss. CK Tommy is the lowest rung brand what we manufacture. So while we were doing this, post-COVID, we realized that we should start a brand on our own and see how Indian customers react to these high quality shirts. And with that idea, we started a brand almost a year and a half back. And yeah, it has been good because we started online. We kept our expenses at the lowest minimum possible line. And we have seen good success over the year. And now we are venturing out into MTM. Apart from that, we are bringing a lot of shirts, what we used to manufacture in our Mauritius factory. These are dip shirts and easy to iron shirts, performance shirts. And those are sold in India by LP around 10,000 bucks or something. So yeah, we are figuring out how to do that in India and abroad. So we are launching in UK, we are launching in other countries in Europe, Italy and everything. The brand name is Aldeno. I guess you guys should try it out. It's one of the best shirts you will see around in India from any other brand. So yeah, this is what we do. And yeah, welcome everyone.
So I have a question for everyone in this room and for you, Jamina. You have a bunch of these brands over here. I'm fairly clued in. I've been in the business space Retail is part of my client base, so I know what retailers are doing here and in 40 other countries around the world. How do I actually get around to hearing about any of these guys?
I think that's the problem. A lot of people need to invest not just in branding, but even personal branding. I work with a lot of D2C founders, and I see also a lot of Gen Z customers, and everybody wants to know the brand story. I think the watch story was an interesting story. The food, healthy food was an interesting story. So I think if people are not going to share their stories, you're not going to have customers know about it. That's a basic.
That's part of the problem, isn't it? Just
Absolutely.
getting word out there, because you make high quality shirts. I get custom-made shirts, whether in India or whether in London. I get custom-made suits. I've never heard of you guys. I'm your market. No, now you're asking me to look you up. You should have been looking me up.
Absolutely.
So how is a D2C brand going to do that? How are you going to find me? I'm your customer for that 10,000 rupee shirt.
AI,
So
I
see,
guess?
there's a very clear distinction between marketing and publicity. So there are only few things what you can reach out with your marketing. It's very mathematical when it comes to D2C marketing. You spend a certain amount of money based on your spend, based on your ROS, you will have certain reach and certain conversion. Publicity is something which is ATL, pure ATL. It doesn't cost you a lot of money, but it gives you amazing results. So as a brand, what we were doing, we were setting up our operational and supply chain layer. And now we are layering it up with our branding story. So Valerio, which is our designer in Italy, we will come up and all. So this is how we are going to project our brand. Until we hit that top 1%, we will not be able to succeed in India.
It's not about how you're going to publicize your brand. That's about how I'm going to find you. I'm talking about how you're going to find me. So, 15 AI guys in the room over here, is that something that you guys are going to be helping with?
Hello everyone, my name is Nishtha and my company's name is First Shot. I'm a marketing strategist. So I do have the answer for this question. So I was working with a brand, it's a skincare brand, because it's a D2C brand, so their major thing was online. So everybody knew them online, but they wanted to do something different, like you were asking for the offline thing. So they came up to me saying that we want to do something different, which even offline is going to attract Gen Z. So what they did is for 2 days, whenever an order within the Mumbai was coming, there was a pink car which they came up with, because pink is something which Gen Z girls are going to connect with. So for the whole 2 days, they delivered by their own pink car to all the orders which was done. So even though they were D2C, even though they were targeting Gen Z, but they knew that they have to do something different. So people are going to go and search their brand name. Whenever a car is going, someone is looking at, oh, pink car, Foxtail is written on it. Now they are going to type and see what brand is this. So that's how they created something wherein people are going for their brand name and searching about it.
Okay, the other side to that is I'm not going to go out searching because frankly, I couldn't give a damn. Okay, no, hear me out as the consumer. I have a very good tailor in London. He makes me great shirts. I really don't give a damn for that product, or yours, or yours, or yours, or the watch strap. Also something we were going out looking for last week, actually. I need you to find me. I need you to tell me that I don't have to go to the Omega store. I don't have to go looking for a Hamilton strap in London. I can be coming to you. Or I need a great watch. I can come to you. How are you as the brand going to find me as the consumer? Because that's really what direct-to-consumer is all about. You come to me, not my coming to you.
Absolute nail on the head question.
So I think the way things are happening right now is purely put more money, and Meta and Google have made it even more expensive for me to reach out to people. It's not as easy. So the way it's happening is just put more money and increase the funnel, widen the funnel, and find more people. Of course, you can find duplicates of your existing customers. But my perspective is that we've spent the last few years just burning money and to reach out to people. But old school creativity, which was actually the way brands found customers and customers found brands interesting because I said something interesting, and that's how I became sticky, is going to come back. You know, we've all forgotten that advertising and marketing has just become, you know, push. You rarely see pull-driven communication, and I think we are going to come back to that very soon, because that's the only thing you could differentiate. That's the only way you could differentiate.
Sorry, we've got one comment back over there, and then I'll come back to you.
Hi, I'm Kamal Oza. I have a D2C brand called Orbango Juices. I started before the term D2C had, like you mentioned, when B2C, B2B were the words, and then D2C started. I'll tell you the thing that I learned the hard way, directly answering this question. Actually, in the problem with us D2C brands is that customer acquisition is very expensive, and it's Google and Facebook who actually earns. And we as a brand, we keep experimenting. What we learned the hard way, and we tried a lot of things, is how do you, one is of course acquiring customers, but like somebody mentioned about the WhatsApp community, I think the early adopters of your brand are your real segment. How do you grow from that early adopter to somebody who keeps coming to you? Because there'll be it's like a journey. There'll be followers, but the followers come much later. So the thing in hand is worth actually the whole gold. Like for example, he mentioned, how will I find him? Actually, I will not find him. It's my customer who will talk to him. So if I retarget my customers in a very smart way, which is what we call as retention, how do I get my guy to be more excited by new products or communicating to him better? He will talk about my brand, because in the initial part of the journey, the customers that we have in hand is actually what we really have, which will be a very small base, but they will help you grow, because burning a lot of money on new customer acquisition is exciting, but I mean, you'll depend on funds and then the whole journey there. This is something that can be done easily. We learned it the hard way. We built a whole platform for our own brands, and now we're actually doing it as a service for a lot of brands. So that I think is what one would look at.
The trouble with that model is that a lot of brands went and got investment from a lot of venture capitalists, PE funds, all the rest of that. Now, when you've taken $100 million from someone, you need to show them where you're spending the $100 million. So whether you're actually going to get customers or not, spend on the marketing so you see the billboards, but that doesn't mean you're actually going to get the numbers in. Back in the old days, we used to say the only time you saw a hoarding come up in Bombay City was on the route that the MD took from his home to his office, because that's all that mattered, that he saw it. No one else cared. And a lot of that is still happening. You've got a lot of burnout that takes place. So I'm interested in seeing where that churn ends and we actually start seeing customers instead.
Yes, so I think the most important point to optimize your customer reach is to strongly define the persona of your customer. And that's what we've been doing while building Fiona Diamonds, that what are the preferences of the customer? Do they own dogs? What kind of restaurants they go to? What kind of media habits they have? And then creating relatable content around it. And above that, the most important is to appear in search engines. Like your SEO, though SEO is down now, everything is SEM. Like my friend said that everything is taken up by Google and Facebook. But still, while building your top of the funnel to increase your ROAS, the best way is to optimize your customer persona, their preferences. And then the customer will reach out to you.
So I do not agree with burning money. If you are burning money, I honestly feel, like the gentleman from Fiona said, you haven't understood your customer. I follow a KYC formula. Know your core. What is your product really about? Know your customer. And like you said very intelligently at the start, know your competition is the third KYC. That's when you target well. If you use Meta and Google, you can actually find people who are using watches which need straps and not, for example, fitness watches which come with their own straps. Yeah? So are you really targeting right? Because if you're burning, then there is something wrong. And we have to live with Meta and Google. We need to find a nice way to live with them. ROAS is very important. Focus on that. Investors after the funding winter are going back to, even expecting minimum 2x, if not 100x, because 100x is a gamble, 2x is more sure, 10x is more sure. I think Jay here wanted to perhaps share a packaging insight before we move on to the next person and the next founder.
So I just want to share one of the things which I have observed. Like we don't do as a brand, but I feel influencer marketing today is very, very important in getting your customer to you. Because as a community, I would say as a young entrepreneur or a young Gen Z guy myself, I feel a lot of people get influenced by who they follow. So in my community, I would see somebody who's very popular, and if the brand endorses them and they realize that, oh, the person I look up to is also using this, so maybe that can really interest the person to go to the brand, because I look up to that particular person, or that I look after that particular gentleman who's already endorsing it themselves. So subtle way of pulling the customer would be to really targeting, like how you just mentioned about targeting the right audience. But this is something I have also been influenced heavily by a lot of brands, just because I saw a few people using it and they gave a positive feedback. So of course your product has to have a big advantage, or the core product has to be having a lot of value. Only then the customer will keep coming back to you.
So I think we are going to end this question saying be product centric, be customer centric, and you'll find a way to reach them in a right way and to make your ROAS very positive. We have two people, and this gentleman has been waiting to speak to us. Sorry we took so long to come to you.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm Pankaj Acharya. Actually, I was told that I'll be getting 60 seconds, so I have prepared something, to sum up in that. I'm Pankaj Balkrishna Acharya, founder, director, Spiritual Aromas Private Limited. Is also a registered trademark under Indian intellectual property with .com domain. And our products are endorsed by one of the International Healers Association. We are into fragrance industry, as the name sounds. I'm doing research in aroma since last 25 plus years. We have created a niche consumer base for spiritual aromas who are looking for lifestyle incense sticks and products in the fragrance industry. Spiritual aromas is offering lucrative returns to its stakeholders, investors. Okay. Basically, can I get 1 or 2 minutes more? Yeah. So,
one more.
So basically, अरोमा ऐसी चीज़ है जो आपके ऑरा पे, आपके वास्तु पे काम करती है। और पिछले 7 सालों में मेरे पास में शायद 2000 से ज़्यादा ऐसे कस्टमर्स हैं जिनको अरोमा से बहुत बेनिफिट हुआ है। अगर हम 5 एलिमेंट्स की बात करते हैं तो आप अग्नि को, जल को, पृथ्वी तत्व को, सब चीज़ों को छू सकते हैं, आप साउंड को रिकॉर्ड कर सकते हैं। लेकिन अरोमा एक बार अगर आपने स्प्रे किया या इंसेंस स्टिक्स के तौर पे जला दिया, कहाँ जाएगा नहीं मालूम है। Some of our products are certified from Germany also. So how does they work on your aura? So that way we have created a niche consumer market. और अभी जो बात चल रही थी, so most of our customers are through mouth publicity only. Referral customers are there. Or as customer retention, our ratio is around 67% since last 7 years. Right? Thank you so much.
And I think that's one thing which has remained unchanged for almost a decade now, Anish, that word of mouth is either the primary or the secondary source of customers, which again goes back to having the right product and be customer-centric so that your customers are actually going to recommend to their friends, family, or talk well about it. And one more learning from me, I love to do, a lot of LinkedIn posts. Clearly, spirituality and, emotional wellness is a lot bigger than I thought it was. So I'm going to pay more attention to all these brands. We had this lovely lady also who wanted to talk to us.
Hi, ma'am. Hello, sir. A very good morning to everyone here. My name is Saumika, and I represent a brand called Arkia. We, in fact, launched last month. So at a very nascent stage, you could say we are literally taking baby steps at the moment. We are focused upon ethnic wear collection for women in India. The major focus area for us is, of course, the assurance of the kind of product that we want to deliver at a budgeted cost. And we have a select few designs that we try and make available to our consumer at the end of the day. We want to try and replicate the sentiment wherein, you know, us women, we try and preserve couture pieces or our wedding wear pieces or high-end designer pieces, you know, in a very sentimental way. So I'm trying to replicate that feeling to my everyday consumer, wherein they can and will possibly look at making this as a conscious choice with their everyday wear as well. I'm not from the industry at all. This brand started solely because my mother's sort of backed me up. She was the motivation behind this, and we are a mother-daughter duo. So yes, I would like to encourage you to please go to Instagram, go to Facebook, and check out Arkia. And it's lovely being here. I plan on learning from all the industry experts here and learning from all the advices. Thank you once again for your time.
Do you want to spell your brand name for us?
It's Arkiyah, Arkia. Again, we are into ethnic wear for women at a budgeted cost. Thank you.
You know that counted as sponsorship, right? So that's going to cost you $1.5 lakh.
And we have this gentleman, maybe Anish, you need to come down. We've not come to this side of the...
Good morning. I am Mohammad Harif. I am a co-founder of a skincare brand called as D9 Skincare. What if I say that neem in a face wash has nothing to do with the skin? It's a big industry. Any shampoo used for hair fall is completely fake. It's not going to work. What if I say haldi in any cream is just a kind of a gimmick? Yes, skincare industry is very big. Thanks to post-COVID, it has boomed like anything. I know there are 2 companies who are also here in this particular forum. According to the research, which is very recent, according to Mintel, it says that 1,200 consumers were interviewed. It says that 20% of consumers don't know what product to use, 18% don't know how to use, and close to 24% of consumers don't know what product to use. So this is the problem which D9 Skincare want to address, and that what is trying to be the purpose of this particular brand. If you ask me why I'm here, we are just 2 years old in this particular market. We are going to scale it up, but I don't know how to take this particular brand story across. So I'm looking forward for those expertise who can help us to take this particular brand story, make it into a campaignable one, so that we can able to benefit most of the consumers who are trying to use skincare product.
Okay, I have Akshay in front with me, so maybe he can answer some of those questions about how you reach a consumer.
Hi, good morning everyone. My name is Akshay Mahendru. I am a co-founder of a pet care brand and a chain of retail stores. For us, the strategy has always been be available everywhere. I've always looked into the white spaces. For us, the task of managing a consumer and a customer has always been a hectic task. Our consumer and our customers are 2 different entities. To find the right balance, to get that research done, that my customer, which is a pet, your pet, likes my products, is healthy by my products, and my consumer, so consumer is my pet, and my customer, who's the pet parent, is able to pick that product out of a shelf or any e-commerce website, has been always a battle for us. Our strategy from very beginning is to be available everywhere. We have not taken shy away from e-commerce. We're not shied away from retail. We're not shy. We're pushing very hard when it comes to putting our products on every quick commerce out there. For us to reach the customer or the customer to reach us, our strategy is to be available everywhere. Be present, be loud, tell everyone what you're doing. Yes, if you're doing good work, if your product are good, obviously the customer will come back to you, irrespective of any performance marketing, irrespective of anything what you're doing.
And at the end of the day, again, it keeps coming back to the customer, it keeps coming back to your product. Does your customer like your product? They will come back, they will tell more people about it. Perhaps that will save you having to spend millions and millions on Google and Facebook. But that's part of what the next couple of days are all about. Finding experiences from other people who can share them, tell you how they're doing things differently, and hopefully have that translate into how you can do things differently as well.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting how we saw a lot of brands having perhaps similar problems. We saw a lot of solutions in similar areas, and while there were a lot more people who wanted to share their stories, I think we have a packed agenda, and of course the 2 days are meant for networking, so I would urge all of you to, meet a lot of enablers as well as brands, discuss, because clearly problems seem to be similar, whatever the category, whatever the brand, whatever life stage of the brand.